much for coming to Smee's production of Peter Pan. This is presented for you by the Arts Guard. The Arts Guard is a fledgling organization based here in Hugo, and we rely on you to continue producing a family-friendly community theater production. There are several ways that you can help us. The first is by bidding on the silent auction items that are out there. During intermission, there will be a silent auction, and you can place bids, and then whoever has the highest bid at the end of the show will be able to collect your item right after the show. Also, we have concessions for you. So buy lots and lots of concessions. And finally, we cheerfully accept any donations in any form. So without further ado, please turn off your cell phones. And if you want to take photos, please do it without any flash. And a door prize. Every show we like to have a door prize for people who come. So could you please help me and reach your hand right in there and take out a ticket. Can you read your name on there? John Berkman. John Berkman. John gets into those house right before the show starts. You won a $5 gift certificate to Cup and Cone in White Bear Lane. So we hope you enjoyed today's production of Peter Pan. Once upon a time, there was a... You know, I really hate it when stories start like that. I don't like it because it makes it seem like the story could never happen again. But I'm here to tell you that today's story is different. This is a story about a family, a little boy who never grows up, and an adventure. And really, because the little boy never grows up, he is still out there looking for his next adventure. But I don't want to get ahead of myself, so let's start with a house and a family. The house you will see is a corner house in central London. It has a room on the top floor with a window that looks out over a leafy square. Like in all good stories, I will describe things to you, but you will have to see it in your imagination. But I know you can all do that because you are brilliant, amazing, and wonderful. This room is a child's bedroom. It has 3 beds, a fireplace, a dresser, wonderful draperies. In fact, our story begins in this very room when my 3 children were supposed to be getting ready for bed. Parents, you know how that goes on some nights.
Oh, Mary, here you are.
Oh, what is it, George, dear?
It's this tie. It will not tie. Not round my neck, anyway. Oh, round the bedpost, yes. 20 times have I made it up round the bedpost. But around my neck? Oh, dear, no.
I'm so sorry, Father.
Thank you, Michael. Mary, I warn you. If this tie's not round my neck, you and I don't go out to dinner tonight. If you and I don't go out to dinner tonight, I never go back to the office again.
Yes, but...
And if I never go back to the office again, you and I will starve. The children will be thrown into the street.
George, dear, let me try. I won't be bathed.
Go and be bathed at once. Mary, sometimes I think that it's a mistake having a dog as a nurse.
George, Manning's a treasure.
No doubt. But I sometimes get the uneasy feeling that she looks upon your children as puppies.
George, we must keep Nana, and I'll tell you why. Sit down. Now, when I came into this room this evening, I saw a face at the window.
A face? At that window? 3 floors up? Oh, boo.
Yes, George, it was the face of a little boy. He was trying to get in. And George, it is not the first time I've seen that boy.
Oh!
Yes, the first time was about a week ago. It was Nana's night out, and I was in here drowsing by the fire, when suddenly I felt a draft, as if the window were open. I looked round, and there he was, that boy, in the room.
In the room?
Yes, I screamed, and just then, Nana came back. Yes, she rushed at him. She slammed the sash down, but he escaped. The boy escaped.
That's what we get for having a dog.
George. The boy escaped, but his shadow had not time to get out. Down came the window and cut it clean off.
Mary, why didn't you keep that shadow?
I did, George. I rolled it up, and here it is.
Well, nobody I know,
No.
but he does look a scoundrel.
Yes. George, I think the boy comes back looking for his shadow.
I dare say.
George, I have not told you all. The first time the boy appeared, he was not alone. He was accompanied by a ball of light no bigger than my fist, and it darted around the room like a living thing.
That is very unusual. And it escaped with the boy.
Yes, George. What can it all mean?
What indeed?
Oh, poor Nana. Poor darling Nana's crying.
Her. It's me, dear, no. I'm only the breadwinner.
George.
No, I will not allow that dog to remain in my nursery for one moment longer. The proper place for you is in the yard, and there you go to be tied up this instant.
But George, remember when I told you about that boy?
Am I the master in this house, or is she? Come on.
Be brave, my dears.
He is going to chain Nana up. Now we all know that it was not Nana's fault that Mr. Darling tripped. Accidents happen. But sadly, Nana does have to take the blame for this one. But do know that Mr. Darling truly loves Nana. And he really appreciates all of the hard work that she does taking care of the kids. Believe me when I say that this will all end happily. But in the meantime, the children have been put to bed, and Mrs. Darling has lit the nightlights above their heads. She sounds awfully unhappy. That's not Nana's unhappy bark. That's her bark when she smells danger.
Danger? Are you sure, Wendy?
Oh, yes. Is there anything out there?
No, it's all quite quiet and still. I wish I weren't going out to dinner tonight.
Can anything harm us, Mother, after the nightlights are lit?
Oh, no, darling. Nothing can harm you. The night lights are the eyes a mother leaves behind to guard her children. Night lights that protect my sleeping babes burn clear and steadfast tonight.
And with that, she turns off the lights, and Wendy and John and Michael roll over and fall asleep. Suddenly the nightlights go out, but there's still a glow in the room. It's a little fairy named Tinkerbell, no bigger than your fist, a little ball of light that darts around, going to and fro, and sometimes she lingers just a bit, and you can almost see her, but for the most part, she moves too quickly to even catch your eye. Then the window opens just a crack, and here he comes, Peter Pan. He rummages quietly around the room looking for his shadow.
stick on.
Please come off. Oh, how awful. Peter, you've been trying to stick it on with soap. Well then, it must be sewn on.
What is sew?
You're dreadfully ignorant.
No, I'm not.
I will sew it on for you, my little man. But first we must have more light. Sit here. I dare say it will hurt a little.
I never cry. Well, it isn't quite itself yet.
Perhaps I should have ironed it.
Wendy, look! Oh, the cleverness of me!
Seated. Of course I did nothing.
You did a little.
A little?
Oh, don't go. I can't help crowing when I'm pleased with myself. Wendy, one girl's worth more than 20 boys.
Do you really think so, Peter?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, I think it's perfectly sweet of you.
Thank you.
Peter, how old are you?
I don't know, but quite young, Wendy. I ran away on the day I was born.
Ran away? Oh, why?
Because I heard father and mother talking of what I was to be when I became a man. So I ran away and lived a long time among the fairies.
You know fairies, Peter?
Of course. I can't think of where she's gone. Tinkerbell! Tink, where are you?
Peter, you don't mean to tell me that there is a fairy in this very room?
She came with me. You don't hear anything, do you?
The only sound I hear is like a tinkle of bells.
That's the fairy language.
It seems to come from over here.
And these children can fall with their strollers when their nurses looking to get away. If they are not claimed in 7 days, they are sent far away to Neverland. I'm the captain.
Oh, what fun it must be.
Yes, but you see, Wendy, we are rather lonely. We have no female companionship.
Oh, none of the other children girls?
Oh, no. Girls, you know, are far too clever to fall with their strollers.
Peter, I think it's perfectly lovely the way you talk about girls. You may give me a kiss.
What is that?
It is like this.
What is it?
It was exactly as if something were pulling my hair.
That must have been Tink. I never knew her to be so naughty before.
What did she say?
She says she will do that every time I give you a kiss.
But why?
Why, Tink?
Now she called you a name. She is not impertinent. Peter, why did you come to the nursery window?
To try and hear stories. None of us knows any stories.
Oh, perfectly awful.
Wendy, your mother was telling you such a lovely story.
Which story was it?
About the prince, and you couldn't find the lady who wore the glass slipper.
That was Cinderella. Peter, he found her and they lived happily ever after.
I'm glad.
Where are you going?
To tell the other boys.
Oh, don't go, Peter. I know lots of stories. Stories I can tell the boys.
Come on, we'll fly.
Fly? You can fly?
Wendy, come with me.
Oh, dear, I mustn't. Think of Mother. Besides, I can't fly.
I'll teach you how to jump on the wind's back, and away we'll go. There are mermaids, pirates, and Indians, and the lost boys need a mother.
Of course, it is awfully fascinating. Would you teach John and Michael to fly too?
If you like.
John, wake up! There's a boy here who is to teach us to fly.
Is there? Then I shall get up. Hello, Emma!
Michael, open your eyes. This boy is to teach us to fly.
Can you really fly? Yes, of course. Well, how do you do it? You just think lovely, wonderful thoughts, and they lift you up in the air. I think I've got it, Wendy. No, I don't. Well, then I do have it. Where are we going? We're going to Neverland, so Wendy can be the mother of the lost boys and tell us stories.
Will we be lost boys too?
Of course.
And are the pirates?
And Indians?
And mermaids?
Yes. You will love Neverland.
Mermaids.
And Indians.
And pirates. Oh my.
These are things. First, I must blow fairy dust on you. I think lovely, wonderful thoughts. And here we go.
With that, Peter flies out the window with Wendy, John, and Michael and Tinkerbell right behind him. John just like he said. They find a second star to the right and fly straight on till morning. Stop the music! Really? Happy? That's the song you picked? Isn't that a bit overplayed and kind of obvious? Don't you have anything more original? How about Walking on Sunshine? Do you have that on your iTunes?
Yeah, no. Sorry, that's all we got.
to tell us whether he has heard anything more about Cinderella.
Slightly, I dreamt last night the prince found Cinderella.
Twin,
I think you should not have dreamt that, for I didn't. And Peter may say we ought to dream differently, being twins, you know.
I'm awfully anxious about Cinderella. Well, you see, not knowing anything about my mother, I'm fond of thinking she was rather like Cinderella.
All I remember about my mother is that she often said to father,
Oh, how I wish Chuck had got my own. I don't know what checkbook is. I should just love to give my mother one.
my mother was fonder of me than any of your mothers were of you.
What? You can't say that.
She was! Peter had to make up names for all of you, but my name was written on the onesie I was lost in. Slightly soiled. That's my name.
What is that?
Oh, it's just Nymph.
Oh, hey, Nymph, did you see the pirates? No, but I saw a wonderfuler thing, twin. High over the lagoon, I saw the loveliest gray-like bird. It is flying its way.
What kind of a bird do you think?
I don't know, but it looks so weary. And as it flies, it moans, poor Wendy.
I remember now, they are called the Wendy's. See comes the Wendy, how white it is.
No, that's Tinkerbell. Hello, Tink!
She said Peter wants us to shoot the Wendy.
Let us do as Peter wishes.
I get bows and arrows.
Out of the way, Tink! I'll shoot it! I shot the Wendy!
We followed your orders, Peter.
Yeah, we shot the Wendy, girl! All right, what order were you following? I brought your mother to tell you stories and you almost killed her. Mother? Tink told us to. She said that was a Wendy bird you wanted shot down. Tink said what? Tinkerbell. Tink? Now listen, Tink. I'm your friend no more. Be gone from me forever.
Peter, not forever. I'm sure she didn't mean it, and she clearly thinks a lot of you.
Okay, not forever, but for a whole week.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, Wendy, let me show you the island. Can we see the mermaids? Let us go hunting! Lion, tigers!
Mermaid Lagoon. To tell you a bit about mermaids before they get there. Mermaids are beautiful, and they know it quite well. They love to flirt and tease. Now, Peter, of course, takes it all in stride, and he isn't bothered a bit by it. But they can be quite nasty to use.
Would you like to meet them, Wendy? Oh, Peter, I'd love to. Hello, girls. It's Peter.
Peter, catch your voice so long. Welcome back.
What's the story? Do you want to hear about the time I cut off Captain Hook's head and fed it to the crocodile?
Oh, that was my favorite. Do tell. Oh, not that one again. Wait a minute. Who's she?
Huh? Over? That's Wendy.
A girl? What's she doing here?
In her nightgown, too. Come on, why don't you join us for a swim? Oh, but I'm not dressed for it.
You must.
Marsha's right. You aren't scared, are you?
I bet she's chicken.
Having a little fun, weren't you, girls? Yes, of course.
Just having fun playing games.
Trying to drown her.
Sudden, a darkness falls over the lagoon as the boat of Captain Hook, the villain of our story, comes into view. The pirate Starkey and his second-in-command Smee have brought the Princess Tiger Lily to join them on the ruined rock.
What we've got to do is to hoist Tiger Lily onto the rock and leave her there to drown.
This is your reward for crawling around the ship with a knife in your mouth.
So that's it. Onto the rock, little mate.
Not so rough, Smee. Roughish, but not so rough.
It is the captain's orders.
Tiger Lily.
What was that?
Watch this.
you lovers?
Is the captain.
We put the princess on the rope, Captain.
Set her free.
But Captain!
Cut her bonds, or I'll plunge my hook in you.
This is very strange.
Let us follow the captain's orders.
Boat ahoy!
It is the captain!
Where's Princess Tiger Lily?
That's all right, Captain. We let her go.
Let her go.
'Twas your own orders, Captain.
You called us over the waters to let her go.
Brimstone, Paul, what's happening here? Lad, I gave no such order.
That is very odd.
Spirit that haunts the dark lagoon tonight, dost hear me?
I hear you.
Tell me, stranger, who are you? Speak.
I am Hook, captain of the Jolly Roger.
No, you are not.
Brimstone and gall, say that again and I'll land an anchor on you.
If you're Holt, then who am I?
A codfish. Only a codfish.
Have we been captained all this time by a codfish?
I can't believe it.
Hast thou another name?
Aye,
Vegetable?
No.
Ooh, mineral?
No.
Animal?
Yes.
Man?
No.
Boy?
Yes.
Ordinary boy?
No.
Wonderful boy?
Yes.
Smee, you asked me some questions.
I can't think of a thing.
Can't guess. I'm Peter Pan!
Man, take him dead or
All
alive.
right, he'll come and get me.
Back to the boat. Quick, back to the boat. Get me.
Got back safely.
As Smee rows Captain Hook back to his boat as quickly as his arms will row, Wendy and Peter fly off towards the Indian boat. As they get there, they hear the sound of music and laughter. A party is taking place. The Indian king is so excited that Tiger Lily has returned safely that he's throwing a party. Wow, that first act was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mermaids, Indians, pirates, even a glimpse of that horrible capitalism. The second act could be a little scary. Are you ready for it? Okay, let's start off on the fire.
Good morning, Captain.
Where's that Peter Pan? If only I could get rid of him. Smee, was he who cut off my arm. Long have I waited to shake his hands with this. I'll get him.
But I have often heard that your hook was worth a score of pens for combing your hair. And your beard.
Smee, Pan flung my arm to a crocodile that happened to be passing by.
I have often noticed your strange dread of crocodiles.
Not of crocodiles, but of that one crocodile. Smee, that beast liked to taste me so much that he has followed me ever since from sea to sea, land to land, licking his chops for the rest of me.
Well, you know, in some ways that is sort of a compliment.
I don't want a compliment, I want Peter Pan! Gave this taste to me. Smee, that crocodile would have had me by now, but by some lucky chance he swallowed a clock.
A clock?
I a clock. Inside of him. Just before he can reach me, I hear the tick on bolt. Once. I even heard it strike 6 within him.
You know, someday that clock will run down and then he'll get you.
Aye, that is a fear that haunts me.
Oh, Captain, why don't we just put out to sea? There is trouble brewing on this island. Now, I don't want to be a gossip, but the cook told me that the first mate told him that he was informed by the cabin boy that he heard the word from the bird up in the crow's nest that Peter Pan has banished Tinkerbell. And it's all because of their new mother, Wendy.
What? Peter Pan banished Tinkerbell because of Wendy.
Yes, Tink tried to do her in. There's terrible jealousy between them, Captain.
I have a perfect plan. All we have to do is capture Tinkerbell. She'll tell us anything as long as we promise to get rid of Wendy. She'll tell us where Peter Pan is hiding, and I can finally get my revenge. Smee, get on that island and get me Tinkerbell. Now!
Old Smee left the pirate ship to capture Tinkerbell. Luckily for him, he was sitting on a leaf watching the Indian celebration from afar. He swiped her up in his cap and took her back to the boat. Oh, to be a fly on the wall to hear that conversation between Tinkerbell and Hook. I forgot. We can be a fly on the wall. Let's listen and see what happens.
Yes, Miss Bell, Captain Hook admits defeat. Tomorrow we leave this island never to return.
Oh, that's wonderful news. I'll tell the crew.
And that is why I asked you over. I want you to tell Peter Pan that I'm not angry with him. Sure, he has his faults. It's like bringing that Wendy to the island. Rumor has it that already she has come between you and Peter Pan. But surely we can't blame him for that. It is that Wendy who is to blame. Smee, we must save Peter Pan from himself. We will kidnap Wendy and take her with us.
Kidnap Wendy?
Yes. As soon as she is gone, Peter will forget all about her and things will go back to the way they were.
But Captain!
Smee, get on that island. Surround
Captain!
Surround Peter
But Captain!
What?
We don't know where he lives.
Oh, great Scott, you're right. What is that, my dear? You would tell us where he lives. Why, I never even thought about that. Write this down, Smee. What? Not harm Peter Pan? Why, I wouldn't lay a finger on or a hook on him. What sort of man do you think I am, madam? I give you my word.
And just like that, Hook grabbed poor Tink and locked her in a lantern. Well, isn't that a fine how you do? That Captain Hook is meaner than I remember. Seems he's on his way to capture Peter and the boys. As for Wendy, the party at the Indian village had gone on all night long, but finally, in spite of the boys' protest, she finally got the lost boys bundled home and into their jammies just in time for a story.
This man is
There was once a gentleman.
I wish she had been a lady.
I wish she had been a white rat.
There was a lady also.
The gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and the lady's name was Mrs. Darling.
I knew them.
I think I knew them. They were married, you know. And what do you think they had? White rats? No. They had 3 children. Now, these 3 human children had a faithful nurse named Nana. What a funny name. But Mr. Darling was angry with her and chained her up in the yard. So all the children flew away. They flew away to Neverland, where the lost boys are.
I thought they did. I don't know how it is, but I just thought they did.
Wait. Was one of the lost boys named Toodles? Yes, he was.
Boys, now I want you to consider the feelings of the unhappy parents with all their children blown away. Think of the empty bed are wrong about mothers.
I thought like you about the window, so I stayed away for years and years. And when I flew back, the window was barred, for my mother had forgotten all about me. And there was another little boy sleeping in my bed.
Wendy, let us go back.
Are you sure mothers are like that? Yes.
John, Michael, you aren't going to leave us, Wendy.
Oh, I must. At once!
Poor mother. Peter, will you make the necessary arrangements?
If you wish it.
I appeal to you.
I'm just Toodles and nobody minds me.
For the first time, now behave, Wendy. I'm counting severely.
Dear ones, I feel almost certain that if you come home with us, my father and mother will adopt you all.
But won't they think us rather a handful?
Oh, no, there's always room for more.
All right.
Get your clothes, Peter.
I'm not going with you, Wendy.
Yes, Peter.
No.
Peter isn't coming.
Peter's not coming. What's up, Peter? I just want always to be a little boy and have fun. No fuss, no blubbering. I hope you'll all enjoy your mothers.
Are you sure you don't want to come home with us? I'm sure that my mother will find room for you also. Well, goodbye, Peter.
shall we do? Shall we play Tiddlywinks, or shall we start having boys walk the plank?
Walk the plank!
Of course, there is an option. Most of you boys can walk the plank tonight, but I do have room for 2 cabin boys. Now, which of you is it to be? Or do you all want to be pirates?
Well, you see, sir, I don't think my mother would like me to be a pirate. Would your mother like you to be a pirate, Slightly? I don't think so. Twin, would your mother like you to be...
You, there, boy. You look as if you had some pluck in you. Didst never want to be a pirate, my hearty?
Well, I thought it would be an interesting line of work. What do you think, Michael?
What would you call me if I joined?
Blackbeard Joe.
What do you think, John?
Shall we remain respectful subjects of King George?
You have to swear down with King George.
Then I refuse.
And I refuse.
And that seals your doom. You, there, girl. You are the trouble that caused all of this. It is because of you that I have Tinkerbell, and will soon have Peter Pan.
I'm sorry to break in. I've just got to tell you what Tinkerbell just said. You're not going to believe it. She said, "How dare you! The plan was to capture Wendy, not Peter and the boys. If I had known what you were going to do, I never would have told you anything, you scoundrel! You codfish!" I think being locked up was good for her. It probably made her think about her actions and reminded her that it was Wendy who had begged Peter not to banish her forever, and who had also said that Tinkerbell was lovely. You can't see this, but Tinkerbell is rocking the lantern back and forth. She just knocked it over. And there she goes. She's on her way to tell Peter to come rescue Wendy and the boys.
So, my beauty. You, watch boys walk.
Are they to die?
They are. Mother's last words to her children.
These are my last words. Dear boys.
Oh, tie her up. She's a plain Smee! That's my girl.
Captain, I won't let that monster get you! And wait, shh. I don't hear anything. Do you?
Good. You've gone. Now I'll finally be rid of that beast trying to get rid of Peter Pan. I'll feed Peter to the crocodile and get my taste out of his mouth. That will save me. Juice, get him. Have it get away.
What?
What was that? What is the matter with Bill Gypsy's dog?
The matter is he's gone. It's as black as a pit in there, and there's something terrible. That thing you heard a crowing.
Go back in there and fetch me that doodle-doo.
No, Captain, no.
Did you say you would, Checo? Steph Notswitch. What is going on? Who's to fetch me out that doodle-doo?
Wait till Checo comes out.
I think you just volunteered, Starkey.
Oh, my thunder!
Yellow bladder. I'll fetch me out that doodle-doo myself. Something blew out the light.
Something?
What about Checo?
He's as gone as juice. So you're right, do you?
Yeah.
Why don't you go all in there and fight the doodle-doo? If you kill it, we are so much better. And if it kills you, we are none the worse. Get them in there.
Bye-bye.
The doodle-doo has killed them all!
No, lads, no. It's because a girl. Never was luck on a pirate ship with a woman aboard. Throw the girl overboard.
There is none can save you now, Missy!
There's one!
Who is that?
Peter Pan, the inventor!
Captain, we're doomed!
Watch out!
What am I looking at?
Did you see a kid like...
But anyway, what do you suppose Mr. and Mrs. Darling had been up to this entire time? Well, I can tell. They've just returned home from a delightful dinner party. In fact, they barely even knew the children were gone. But now Wendy, John, and Michael have returned, along with all of the lost boys, who are welcomed warmly by Nana and Mrs. Darling. And eventually by Mr. Darling, too. They all marvel at the very odd sight of a boat sailing in front of the moon. It reminds them of all of the adventures they had when they were children, and of all of the adventures that lie ahead for their own children